Hello, it's Kim. I meant to have a solstice reading and I just could not do it. I sort of fell in bed exhausted and then no one gets to have fun. So happy Yule solstice. It really goes on for like weeks now, right? With the Yuletide. Merry Christmas if you celebrate Merry Christmas. I'm not sure if there'll be another reading before then or not. It just sort of depends. Depends. And if you're gonna celebrate Hanukkah, please know my blessings are with you. And pretty much a happy to everyone, Kwanzaa. And there's so many different festivals going on right now, and I always want to honor them all. Um, the New Year's coming, 2025, and I'm already willing to like sacrifice, like a gremlin or create a gremlin and just be like, this is how it goes. This is how it goes. I'm pretty much doing that in my professional life, maybe my personal life too, just like gremlins. Yeah, just make trouble. I suppose if it's good trouble, though, right? Now, I have two interesting decks. I spent way too much money on decks that I usually don't use. Yuletide, what Christmas. These are things that I don't get into. I'm a Halloween girl, Samhain, Maven, and yeah, Beltane is probably one of my bigger ones, and I'm just like, Yuletide? But this year I am not in the spirit, except that I have all of the tarot cards that could possibly exist. You'll prove me wrong, but that's what I'm going for. Today, because I'm not gonna have like a massive reading, I have the Seasons of the Witch, Yule Oracle, and usually I wind up with these like at the wrong times. They've been coming out one at a time, and then I'm always like think about it too late when they come, or they're not out yet. And yeah, so I actually like their journal for Samhain. So I bought a second one so that I would be able to see like in a year like how I changed. So we'll see how that goes because I am seeing some changes. You know, there's sometimes you're just like, oh, so that's new. All right, and the other one is a Nightmare Before Christmas because it has Christmas in the name. And this is a mega sized tarot decking guidebook. It's beautiful, but like, I don't know how you're supposed to shuffle. Maybe on your 50th reading, it'll you'll have like cards that don't stick. Um, let's just say they don't shuffle well. But I'm gonna use the what is it called? Seasons of the Witch, Yule, as sort of like our like sort of energy, what's going on. This tells us what is really going on. I think this is sort of our solution. So I'm going to start with Nightmare Before Christmas. I apologize now for the lighting. I had to escape. Even my house. It wasn't even my parents' house. I was just like, Kim's gone. Kim's gone. Too much Play-Doh, too much baking. All right, so we have the problem of Roman numerals. If I get it wrong, I apologize. I know what they say when I'm talking about them, but I may not. Yeah, the lighting is off. All right, so this is the Nine of Candles, and it's inverted. Okay, the Nine of Candles is usually like when it's not. It's sort of like you're about to complete a cycle. Okay, so you go through all of these sort of like trials and tribulations and creative energy, and then you're about to be there. And I feel like this energy is like a stuck. Like like it's about to be there, but it's stuck. I just looked this up. You'd think that I would remember what they said, but I don't. But I feel like it's definitely like a stuck energy. And we don't have any needles. We have a lot of potions as cups, no needles, no swords. So it's really interesting, like the energy that we're getting. It'd be nice if I could, like find what I'm looking for, like how that is, how that does. Almost there, guys. Almost there. I keep getting the King of Needles. So I didn't draw it. The King of Needles has brains, logic, and determination. He's deeply respected, but sometimes feared for his cold, shrewd tendencies. When this card comes forward, take it as a sign to let reason and sensibility guide you, instead of letting your emotions get the best of you. So that's interesting. So perhaps that is what needed to come first. As I'm like searching and like I can't find, candles, which is really just the wands. Okay, it's before presents, which I think are coins. It's different. Okay. So we had the inverted or reversed in this book, Nine of Candles. And it shows that you're feeling overwhelmed by challenges. Life feels difficult. Nothing seems to be coming easily as it should. Take comfort in knowing that these short-term problems keep going and you'll get through this soon. So that's like the part of the cycle, right? Where you're almost there and that stuckness, that feeling of sometimes it's jealousy. And jealousy is not necessarily bad. It can be motivating. It can also bring us down. Like I admit that I have a lot of jealousy going on right now. It's everybody's winning awards. It's award season for writing, and I'm not. Did I really publish this year? No. So how can I be jealous of something I didn't do? But I am. So what am I going to do? I'm going to work myself to the bone next year, or be a little bit gentle with myself at least this year. Okay, so we have. Got to try to get it right. The Four of Presents. Okay. And this is also some of that stuckness energy. I was surprised by like what it was really saying, like what it would be reversed. So the Four of Presents reversed says, is your relationship with money healthy? Is it getting you to where you want to go? If not, it may be time to look over your budget and reevaluate your priorities. Make sure you're not spending frivolously if your cash flow can't support it right now. And that is a direct message to me. I'm a bad, bad person a lot of the time. I don't really make money, so I do spend my parents' money. They work to earn the money, and I feel like I'm a burden a lot of times. And maybe it's time for us to not feel that burdenship. And maybe just by not using as much money or finding better value, if you value is a better word, if it's not materialistic, finding better value for what we're doing. And I would also say, for some of you, this is monetizing your gifts. Instead of just handing all your crafts over for low prices just because they're your friends, ask them, hey, these just cover supplies. Would you be willing to, give me $5 so I can at least have a coffee? And, you might get two coffees out of it. That's your message. So then the three of presents, because, they stuck together because they're like these crazy ass cards, really beautiful, but very big. Reversed. All right. This is interesting because it keeps going in this message of stuckness, what we can sort of do. It's about to be over. It represents an imbalance within a professional or financial collaboration. If you're working with others on a project, make sure everyone's doing their part. Disaster strikes and things become inequitable. Prioritizing teamwork will get you where you want to go. So, working as a team, asking somebody for help. I know that I was offered help. I didn't even have to ask. Trying to get into this archaeology program, right? And the mentor for the CAP program has kept with me. I always say he's younger because I want it to be clear that he's very traditional with his career and that I am no longer traditional with my career. And he is having it so that I am beyond grad student. My writing sample will be a professional article. It will be outstanding. I'm 150 hours in. I have at least 250 hours that it will be. And I'm just thinking, is this the way it is, for grad school papers? I think the answer is no. right? Maybe like 50, I don't know how many hours. It's a different discipline than I was in. But I'm just thinking, maybe we have to be equal within ourselves. Yes, get through this damn article that you have to do, and then be gentle and go slow. I have a deadline, but most people do not, you know? So be gentle with yourself. All right, now we get into our cups. All right, so this is the Eight of Potions. Okay. I do love this card. And it's a good fortune card. And I would say that it probably also sort of goes with um what does it go with? I'm trying to like come up with it. It sort of goes with that emotional energy that seems to be depleted. That, to get out of the stuckness, this is what has to happen. I'm in the potions, I swear to God. I even read these things and like they're still, I don't have them like I usually do. Usually I have them in, you know. I think they go backwards, some of them. This isn't quite the standard deck. The Eight of Potions comes forward when a dream, once achieved, isn't quite as fulfilling as expected. You worked so hard for this, but you're still not satisfied. Take some time to reflect on your current feelings and needs, because they may have changed. Adjust for your situation accordingly. We can always change. That is the beauty of our life right now and how we live and where we live. And we can like change ourselves. Um, I mean, like going through a scary change right now. I'm completely shifting everything. But like I've always said that I'm gonna win that noble. I didn't say how or with what. I'm still going to. All right. Nine of Potions. Weird. I know this is really weird lighting. Sorry. Uh, okay. Congrats. Your wishes are being granted. Your lucky stars have aligned, and the things are finally falling into place. It's time to enjoy yourself and appreciate the magic in your life. If only you could bottle this feeling. And maybe try to bottle this feeling, okay? So that when you go back and you have what the writer studio calls a shitbird on your shoulder, you can just open it up and be like, drink this, crow. And be like, I really am as good as I say that I am. And like that's a perfect resolution that we go through these trials. We're almost there. And we are going to complete our everything. And that's beautiful. Very beautiful. Okay. So now, I said that our next ones, the Seasons of the Witch, sort of tell us how to do this, to get over that hump and get to the end, okay? And I haven't really read them, I sort of saw them. Now, this is turning inward, number 40. Inside this veil of bone and flesh, I lay my soul to sleep. All the truths within thy breath have come to greet me. Now, it tried to come out like 2 or 3 times, but these were sticky cards like the other ones. They didn't really wanna shuffle, so I'm like, "No, let's not take this." Kept coming out, and it was again the first card out, so it's meant for us. So this turning inward. I've heard this from several tarot readings that I listen to on YouTube and different places, and I personally resonate with this. It's really hard to look at your shadows, and, it's even harder to look at what you give the world and like your candles. Okay. Those candles are like, look at all the positives that you bring. That's a tough message. It's scary sometimes. A lot of times it's more than scary. Like it's as terrifying as you can get. It's like looking into your soul and not just saying everything negative about yourself, but saying everything positive and what people see you and perceive you as is even scarier. But it's sometimes necessary, right? All right, our next card is 31. And I'm giving the numbers just in case anyone really needs the numerology or if it keeps coming up, it could be confirmation. This is self-care. Always getting self-care. If not me, then who? To tend to a wholeness, the parts in which surrender they pulse, your heart that is nearer than any other. So we're being asked sort of to take our pulse, right? We're the closest thing alive to us that we need to take care of. We're our own pet, right? We walk pets, we pet pets, we feed pets. Well, we're being called we're being called to take care of ourselves like we'll take care of everyone else. And maybe before everyone else. I've been running myself ragged just because I have so many traditions, and I didn't know the traditions were so important to me. And I found out that every baking project was wrong, like ounces to liquid ounces to blah, blah, blah. But it was the act of doing it, even if the fudge didn't turn out, and even. Our final one is Silent Night. If by the night the world should sleep, a sleep so deep, the silence be deafening, there would sound nothing at all nothing would sound. What is it like to have your mind open but resting? I don't know. I run hypomanic and all this other stuff, but perhaps it's something to try. Light your candles, breathe. Make sure you don't set anything on fire, but breathe. Sort of just let go. We're meant to enjoy life. And I find that I persevere through life. I assume most other people do as well. Perseverance is different than enjoyment. Think about like what I enjoy, this year. It was a paleo digger after a very horrible experience, but I found such power and companionship and adventure and yes, I have a scar now. And yes, I was stupid many times on digs, but I had fun and adventure. And people can say that I was wrong or that I shouldn't have been there and done that and blah, 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 blah. And they have. But damn it, this year, that's what I remember. I remember having power and feeling great in my body, knowing my power. In those times, it's sort of a different type of silence, right? When you feel the power in your muscles and your shoulder and you're just digging or you're rotating and your screen or you have a switch and you have five archaeologists lives in your hands as they jump up and down on a vibrocore. And that's living, having a pen and being so passionate, knowing that the political ramifications would take down your entire network that you put years into. I found that it didn't matter. My pen was far more important. So that is another type of silence, another type of power. There is power in peace and silent night. It doesn't mean that you are silent. It means that you let yourself be quiet and you find out what resonates and what power is yours. We each have a power, like a superpower. We just need to use it. I plan to lead a revolution. I mean, we all can lead revolutions. I mean, we just have to pick which one. Maybe two. I wish you the best holiday season, the best new year, so much peace, like peace in the world and like peace within ourselves. Because if we have peace within ourselves, we'll have peace within the world. It's like the most difficult part. Reach out your hand to your neighbor that you hate. I haven't done it yet. I already flipped him off. He doesn't seem like he really wants to come see me, though he has a generator that is loud and vibrates my house 15 hours a day. But, I mean, I haven't set his on fire. That's peace, right? There's a lot of definitions to peace. Sometimes it's holding your power, waiting for your cards, waiting out your neighbor. But when we can, we should embrace each other, hold hands, and acknowledge that everyone isn't right all the time and that we can forgive. I think that that is like the message, really trying to get this like lighting so that I can really like see you and be like, hey, so we have to forgive ourselves. We can't do everything. I only made four batches of Play-Doh. Should have been more, right? And the fudge. I didn't have the right amount of fudge stuff. The recipe was off. I did my damn best. That's all I can do. It's life. It's how we live. And we've got this. We only have one life to live, at least right now. Maybe you believe in reincarnation and all that jazz, and that's fine. I sort of do. But that doesn't mean that we don't have this life to live right now. And I wish you peace, but I also wish you strength because whether you are swept up or in the revolutions, let us not be victims to the times. Let us stand up, hold our candles, look within, and then see our light in what we can give to the world, to the universe, to ourselves, and to others. Okay, so that is my winter wish. And if you stuck this far, thank you. Be well. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Bye.